So I almost didn't have the guts to do it, but here I am. This is going to be an introduction into the curly girl method. A lot of people have asked me about my hair. They've followed my journey. It's been awesome having so many people be so interested in something that at this point I'm so passionate about, because it literally changed everything about my hair and how I felt about it and how it looked and how healthy it is. So, my name is Stacia. I have been doing the curly girl method on my hair for 2 years now, as of December 28th. I have 2 curly littles. Both my daughter and my youngest son have curly hair, and I do the curly girl method on both of them. This is not just for women. It's not just for adults. It can be done on children. Kinky, curly, coily, wavy. No matter how much wave your hair has to it or how much curl your hair has to it, this will help it tremendously. Don't think, oh, well, I've just got a few waves at the end of my hair, so that won't work for me. No, it will work for you. It'll work for anybody. Actually, even people with straight hair can do this, not to the extent of using the styling products and everything that I'll go through, but just the method itself, the washing itself, will help with just overall hair health. I will start by saying I am by no means a hair professional. I only know what I know from experience with my own hair. Also, I tried something new on my hair today and I'm not fond of it, so excuse its awfulness. It doesn't look like it normally does, but I have a list of stuff over here. That way I don't forget, because I'm forgetful. But here we go. What is the curly girl method? Basically, the curly girl method is for wavy, curly, kinky, coily hair. Any ethnicity can use the curly girl method. Men, women, children, it doesn't matter. You can use the curly girl method if you have even the slightest wave to your hair. You will conditioner wash your hair. No more shampoos. You don't need it. The awesome thing about the approved products in the curly girl method, the conditioners that you're using, they have a cleansing agent in them. So don't freak out and say, oh, I'm gonna have, oily hair, or oh my gosh, my hair's gonna look awful, it's gonna feel nasty, my hair's gonna stink. I just washed my hair today for the first time since New Year's Eve. And I'll go for 7 days without washing my hair. And my hair doesn't stink. It doesn't get oily. It doesn't feel nasty. So don't knock it before you try it. Because, I'm super big about cleanliness. And especially my hair, because my hair used to stay oily. I could wash my hair in the morning, straighten it, and by lunch, my bangs, especially from me just running my hand through my hair, would be so oily. It was gross. And I didn't know what was wrong. I know now what was wrong, but I didn't know then. So you're going to do no more shampoos, no brushes. That's a huge thing. You're not going to be brushing your hair. Don't forget about that one either, because you're still going to be detangling your hair with your fingers. So you'll actually be in the shower with your hair covered completely in conditioner, just running your fingers through, detangling your hair. But no more hairbrushes. Don't freak out. No more terry cloth towels. They are horrible for your hair. They break your hair. Literally, they'll break your hair off. I know we were taught, towel on head, scrub it around, get all of the water out of it. Don't do that. Don't do that anymore. No more elastic hair ties. This is a big one because you may not realize how much of your hair comes out or even breaks off as you're sitting there wrapping the band around your hair 4 times. But it's so bad and it breaks your hair off so bad. Scrunchies, which are back in style anyway, are going to be your new best friend. You can find these literally anywhere. Literally anywhere. The dollar store carries them. That's where I get most of mine because we have a dollar store right down the road. So why not? But I've got this one. I think I've got like 10 of them. I have silk ones. The silk ones are my favorite, but I've lost all of them. We won't discuss that. So here's this. I mean, it's not a silk one, but it does the job anyway. And most importantly, no more direct heat. No more curling irons. No more straighteners. No more taking the blow dryer and putting it on high heat, and just blow drying your hair. No more of that. You do not need to do that. It's so bad for your hair. And that was the biggest thing I had to break myself from because I was an avid straightener. All I did was straighten my hair. I'd wake up, wash my hair, or get a shower, wash my hair, get ready, and straighten my hair. It took me hours to straighten my hair, but I did it. I was committed to it because I did not know how to care for my curly hair. I didn't have anyone who really knew how to care for curly hair. So here I was, a teenager with unruly hair, wanting to fit in, make my hair look as good as possible. So automatically I straightened for well over 10 years. Let's see. The idea of the Curly Girl method is basically to remove all of the harsh products that you're using on your hair, so you'll not have sulfate, silicone, drying alcohols, waxes, mineral oils, all of that stuff that can cause buildup, that can literally just ruin your hair. No more of that. You will need to start checking your ingredients on your products. That's super important because one mishap and you'll be like, what did I just do? So, with that being said, what you need to get started. The basics of what you'll need to get started is 1, you will need a final wash shampoo. Your final wash shampoo needs to be a sulfate shampoo that has no silicones in it. No silicones. This is where you're drawing the line. No more silicones. Silicones are terrible for your hair. They literally just sit on top of your hair. So that's super important. This is going to remove those silicones and anything bad that you've been using from your hair. So your final wash shampoo needs to be either diluted Dawn dishwashing liquid, which is what I used, a Johnson's Baby shampoo, or there are other sulfate shampoos that you can use for it. You just need one that is going to remove it. Next, you will need an approved deep conditioner. I started out with the Shea Moisture Deep Treatment Mask, I think is what it's called. You can get it at Walmart. It's in a little round tub, probably about this big around. It says it on the front and the side of it. It's the shea butter, I think. But that's the one that I started out with. And then you will need an approved conditioner. So you'll need to find a list of those. I can recommend a few. Basically, there are a ton of Facebook pages that have so much information on them because there are so many people of so many different ethnicities and hair types and curl types on all these pages that you can learn so much from. So I highly suggest finding a group for the Curly Girl method and joining it. I do admin one. If you would like to know the name of it, I can tell you. But it's a rather large group, and it's pretty awesome. There's so many files. There's so much to read. There's an album of what conditioners to use, deep conditioners. Everything that you need is on there. So you've got your final wash shampoo that you'll need, your approved conditioner, your approved deep conditioner, and then you'll need an approved gel. So your approved gel, this is just starting out, doesn't need to be expensive. None of your products need to be expensive starting out. The idea of when you first start the Curly Girl method is to get something cheap. You can, by all means, go and spend however much you want to on these products. But at the beginning, you're going to want to just get the idea of how to do this. Because there's so many different styling techniques, applications that you can do, different products that you can do, different ways to dry your hair. I mean, there's just so much to take in and so much that you'll be doing that products were really the last thing that I was thinking of at the time. So, just a VO5 strawberries and cream conditioner is approved. That Shea Moisture deep treatment mask is the deep conditioner that's approved. This gel right here, which I'm going to show you all the products that I use in a minute, but this gel, the LA Looks Extreme Sports Gel, is still the gel. I've went back to it because I did get away from it at one point. But I did go back to it, and that's what I'm using as of right now. And it's doing pretty good. I went through another transition. My hair needed something different, so this is just what I went to see how it would do. This is not expensive at Walmart. The Eco Gels, I think, most of those are approved. So there's just different things that you can do as far as products go, but I really recommend starting out really cheap until you get your routine down. And then once you get that routine down, you can start venturing out into the products that you want to try, that you think, hey, that might work for my hair. After that, so you have your final wash shampoo, your conditioner, your deep conditioner, your gel. You'll want a scrunchie for pulling your hair up because you don't want to use anything that's going to break your hair. You'll need a t-shirt to plop in. I use cotton t-shirts. My husband may or may not lose t-shirts for my hair, but he's got just the regular white 100% Hanes cotton t-shirts from Walmart. That's what I use. And sometimes I'll just grab a random t-shirt out of my drawer if I'm going to wash my hair and use it. Just, you cannot use the terry cloth towels. They're so bad for your hair. You can even buy a microfiber towel. Just don't twist your hair up in it. The idea is to plop. So basically what plopping is you'll bend your head over, put your hair down into the t-shirt, and then wrap the shirt around, and it just sits there. And it's letting your products kind of soak in. It's letting the moisture just kind of sit there, letting your hair rest. It's kind of soaking up all the extra just drip that you're going to have from your products too. And then you will need either, you don't have to diffuse. Let me start out by saying that. I personally diffuse my hair. The reason I do this is because if you do not diffuse your hair at least 50% dry, then you lose so much product from dripping. Like literally, we all know that it happens. You sit there, your shirt gets soaking wet from your hair dripping. Well, imagine having product in that. Everything that drips out of your hair literally is going to be your product. So air drying to me is literally wasting product. So I went, when I first started, and bought it's a Hot Tools blow dryer that came with a diffuser from Ulta, because I didn't have a blow dryer anymore. I'd just been letting my hair air dry, and I started out letting my hair air dry and realized that my hair was literally looking just horrible, except for at the very ends where the product was still, just sitting there, but the rest of it had literally just dripped out. So you're going to want a diffuser. I really recommend getting a diffuser. And then you'll need, if you're wanting to be able to wear your hair multiple days, you'll either need scrunchies for pineappling, which is where you pull all of your hair just to the top of your head, wrap it around as loose as it can be, but enough hold on it where it'll stay, and then just leave them like that. Or you'll need a silk bonnet or satin bonnet. You can get those from Walmart, or a buff. Those are all over Amazon. You can find them in Walmart, I think. Just something to put over your hair that's going to protect it. You can even go as far as getting silk pillowcases and, just different things that'll help protect your hair at night. That way you have good hair the next day and you don't have to wake up and completely rewash. Another thing I do recommend is a spray bottle. I got this from the dollar store for refreshes, because the next day you're going to wake up, your hair might be a little frizzy. I personally hate refreshing my hair. If I can't just pull it up or put it in a silk bonnet and then wake up the next morning and just kind of shake it out and go, then I just pull it up, because it's irritating. Just for me. A lot of people have awesome refreshes. I've had awesome refreshes. But basically what you're going to do with this is you're going to put a mixture of water that you'll want room temperature when you use it, and a little bit of conditioner to re-wet your hair, bring in the moisture, and put a little gel over it, let it dry, whatever. So the whole idea of the curly girl method, though, is basically you're wanting to bring in moisture. Curls require so much moisture. Our hair tends to be drier than someone with straight hair. And it's just how it is. A lot of things I get asked about the curly girl method is, wow, you use gel. I put probably about 2 handfuls of this in my hair, if not a little more, maybe a little less on some days. But they're like, why, is your hair crunchy? No, my hair, as you can see, is not crunchy at all. It's healthy. I mean, it's soft. Nothing about it. You can see my little twigs sticking out everywhere, but nothing about it is hard. It's not crunchy, whatever. Obviously, I shouldn't be touching it, but I am. So, with that being said, also, here's your steps to getting started. 1, you'll need to do your final wash. With your final wash, and I'm going to go into a bit of detail here because this is where a lot of people will get confused and they'll be like, I don't understand. Because you can get on Facebook pages and you can read all you want, but you're still, I still didn't really understand what exactly I needed to do. So that's why I'm going to go into a bit of detail. 1, you'll need to do your final wash. Your final wash is going to be with that sulfate shampoo, Dawn dishwashing liquid, the diluted, the Johnson's Baby shampoo, just a sulfate shampoo. No silicones though. Make sure it does not have silicones. You're going to wash your hair, the entirety of it. Cover it in that. Scrub your scalp. Just cover your hair in it. Rinse thoroughly. You want to make sure all of that side of your hair. Once you have rinsed your hair out, you're going to go in with your deep conditioner. So this is the deep conditioner I use. I do not recommend this one starting out until you know what your hair needs. But it's the Shea Moisture Manuka honey and yogurt hydrate and repair deep conditioner. It's got protein in it, which is why I said don't start out like that or with this, because you don't know what your hair needs yet. So you're going with that deep conditioner. I leave my deep conditioners on for about 10 minutes, maybe less. My hair is really susceptible to stuff like that. I've got really fine, thin hair, so I don't usually leave deep conditioners, products like that on my hair for a long period of time because it can get really soggy. And I'll explain more about that in a minute. Once you have let your deep conditioner sit, you're going to want to rinse that out thoroughly. Make sure you rinse that completely out. You don't want it left in. This is where you bring in your regular conditioner. This is the conditioner that I use to wash with. I wash with this conditioner. I condition with this conditioner, and I leave in this conditioner. So you're gonna want to get your conditioner, and you're not gonna wash with it this time because you just got done doing your final wash, doing your deep conditioner. So what you're gonna want to do with your conditioner this time is put it in your hair completely. Cover your hair in it. This is where you're going to detangle your hair. So you're going to flip your head over. This is how I do it. You don't have to do it this way, but you're going to flip your head over, soaking wet, covered in conditioner, and you're just going to start from the bottom is how I do it. Start from the bottom and just literally like you're clawing it. Just detangle hair piece by piece, whatever. And then once your hair is completely detangled, you want your hair to feel like seaweed. That sounds really gross, but you're going to want it to have a good slip. You're going to want it slick. You can feel the conditioner on it, but it's not creamy. It's slick. So cover your hair in that. And then if you need to rinse some, rinse it. Do not rinse all of your conditioner out. You only want to rinse enough out until you get that slick feeling, until it's slippy enough. So once you have done that, then you're going to go in with your gel. The gel you use depends on what you buy. Like I said at the beginning, I personally suggest you start out with something cheap because you don't have a good routine yet. You're going to apply your gel to the entirety of your hair. I would not suggest putting it on your scalp, but starting out maybe, an inch or so from there and applying it. Once you apply that, you'll plop and let your hair sit there. I usually plop up for about 30 minutes or so. And then once that's done, I let my hair down and I start diffusing. And here is where and I went blank. Oh, here's where you're going to not want to touch your hair. While you're drying your hair, do not touch your hair. Don't touch it. If you think that, hey, this needs to be moved, don't touch it. Don't worry about it. For now, just dry your hair. Dry it. Well, when I say dry, you're going to want to basically pick your hair up like this. You're going to be drying. And the idea is to diffuse each section for the same amount of time all over your head. So if you're going to do this section right here 10 seconds, then you need to do this section back here for another 10 seconds. Do that all over your head. Do not use high and do not use hot. I personally use low with medium heat. A lot of people will not even use medium heat. They will use the Cool Shot or just low heat. But that's entirely up to you. And then once your hair is dry, it's going to have a cast. Your cast is going to be basically that crunchy feeling that you get from using a mousse or a gel before you start this. Your hair looks wet, it's crunchy, it's gross. You're going to have a cast. That's what we call a cast. So once you get that cast, you're going to want to either take your hands, which I don't suggest. I did start out doing that. But you're going to want to take either your hands or a t-shirt, which is what I do, and take just sections of your hair. Like, for instance, you're going to take sections of your hair and you're going to pick it up and scrunch. You're just going to grab your hair just like this until you break that cast. When you break that cast, it's going to leave soft hair. You'll have soft curls. You won't have that hard, crunchy feel anymore. So that's pretty much how you're going to start out. I can go into further detail as far as styling, do's and don'ts, how to apply certain products, what products I like, whatever, in another video. But this was just kind of an introduction. This is going to tell you how to start, where to start, what you need to start, because a lot of information you're going to find will tell you how to start, but it's not going to go into detail. They're not going to give you step by step of what you need to do. But hopefully you picked up a little bit from this. Hopefully, you can start your curly girl journey and have awesome, healthy hair. I will say that my hair has gotten not only thicker, but it grows so much better since I started this. It's really just changed a lot about my hair in general. I hope this video helped, and y'all can let me know if you need anything. Message me on Facebook, because I usually try to get back to people as soon as possible. I do have dogs, a husband and 3 kids, and a cat. So sometimes I can't always get back to somebody, as fast as they'd like. But I do make a point to always get back to people. There's a lot of journeys that I'm following. There's a lot of people who message me, and I'm like, when you start this, I do want to see how your hair does. Because it's still just a shock and so amazing to me what the difference is when you start taking care of your hair like you're supposed to, like it's meant to be took care of. And I wish that I'd started this sooner, but I didn't. So I hope this helped everyone that had questions. I hope y'all got something out of it, and if you need anything, let me know.